Welcome again, Guardians. Konfucious K here, bringing you the story and review of Eidolon Ally and its transformative journey to Necrochasm. For those not interested in sticking around for the long version, including the breakdown of this weapon, how to get it and its features, then here's my quick capsule review in less than 20 seconds. Now, considering the hype that Bungie had built up around their second raid, we didn't know much about the Necrochasm's quality, but given its exotic status and rarity claims, most assumed it was going to be a one-off, if not the most powerful gun in the game. For all intents and purposes, it was meant to be the new Vex Mythoclast, Vex Beater, if you will. The result, this piece of have never been released, or the who designed it should be executed for wasting my precious time, as its rate of fire doesn't make a blind bit of difference as your on magazine size and impact anyway, and gives you 0 damage per second. So without a buff and a apology, this gun will be nothing but a giant in your energy and efforts in Destiny. Save yourself, stay away. I am about taking the time to do this.
We may.
Okay, a little bit longer than 20 seconds, but you get the point anyway. Now, for those sticking around, let's get to it. So one day, like everybody else, I'm out doing a bounty hunt in Knights of Crota and end up picking up a husk of the pit. Fast forward, unleashing the hive 20 times and one embalming orb later, and it became the Eidolon Ally. So initially, one can forgive the terrible impact and damage rate of the Eidolon Ally. For an entry level high rate of fire auto rifle, its damage per second is just bearable enough to want to see how it improves as you upgrade it. Unfortunately, it is all downhill from there. The impact does not improve by much and is definitely not noticeable when striking hits on enemies. Range and stability perks do improve it, though does not raise it enough to alter its useful effect in any meaningful manner or situation. I see the technical data popping up now there. Technically speaking, the options available give you an impact range of 2 to 6, but with heavy range and stability penalties. This doesn't make sense, as even if it were possible to select upgrades in such a way as to utilize the highest values, it would still be a mediocre rifle and only barely warranting a legendary status. With a damage rate of 64 non-critical and 158 critical hits in PvE, I would rather use a Shingani, even forgoing the arc ability, as you'd be lucky to get shields down with most majors in one clip, even in a burn situation. Compare that to Shadow Pricer and even an Abyss Defiant, which you can pick up reasonably easy enough in the raid nowadays, and you are left seriously wanting. However, the promise of an upgrade to exotic status and the slightly unique-ish manner in which one must attain this exclusive monster slayer, ignoring the Thorn bounty, pushes you to spend those hard-earned experience points from the no doubt many bounties you have embarked upon over and over again. So then, when you have reached the aforementioned promised land, fill that border of the final white circle with your newly acquired blue wisdom. The graphic user interface declares you must provide the highly coveted Crux of Crota before it can allow you to bask in its death-bringing glory. So how are you supposed to earn one? Well, this can only be discovered in the madlands of raid repetition, or as always, a lonely place called the internet, where all information eventually ends up, like one big dump of human intellectual excrement. Anyway, so it was said that only upon overcoming the Light Eater Crota twice, and on no less than the legendary and unbeatable hard mode, or beatable in 26 minutes, that one would then be blessed with an opportunity to earn this supreme rare and unbelievably lazy designed Crux of Crota icon, a sign of what was to come, but the naive such as I could not see it. In the first battle, you must win to earn the Glowhu. In the second, and for many players a lot more subsequent comings of Crota, you must adorn these colours of your fallen brethren and conquer him looking like a raver after a glowstick catastrophe. Only after you have followed these steps will you be granted with the Necrochasm, and boy will you be disappointed. There is not much improvement on damage per second, as you can see, and the perk tree and effects have not really been altered much, except for the obvious inclusion of the Thrall explosion from kills described as occurring frequently. Now you can judge, but in my opinion it's definitely not frequent enough to make this weapon worth considering for anything. In Crucible it does score a little better, even after the recent patch where it lost more damage. Its hits register at 11 non-critical and 14 critical after patch versus the 12-15 before. although if you put that into contrast with Monte Carlo 1722 and Hard Lights at 1721, the Necrochasm really begins to show how hollow it really is. The Vex still hits higher at 2741, though to be fair, you'll be lucky to land any of those shots anymore, because it sucks now. I'm sorry, still quite bitter about it. It's being broken badly, and I never got to enjoy it. So anyway, there you have it. Don't waste your time unless you just want the gun to sit in your vault, at least until an overhaul is brought out. I probably don't need to tell you about a certain exotic primary weapon. That's a sniper rifle, which has been waiting a similar fate in my own vault. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already subscribed, I would very much appreciate the love, as it spurs me on to do more of these videos on this great game. Till next time, Konfucious K, out.